This podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made, according to IMDb. Our website is mission250filmcast.com, where the list is frozen. You can see what movies are coming up next, and you can see which movie is the oldest movie we've watched so far. And it's this one.
Yeah.
That's why I said that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
19...
Well, that's a factoid right there.
Oh, sorry. By oldest, I meant the newest. This is a 2019 movie, The Kid, starring Ethan Hawke and directed by Vincent D'Onofrio. The synopsis is the story of a young boy who witnesses Billy the Kid's encounter with Sheriff Pat Garrett.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Didn't get good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
I watched a movie with Bruce Willis in it.
Oh, the 2000 movie The Kid, directed by John Turteltaub. An unhappy and disliked image consultant gets a second shot in life when he's mysteriously confronted by an 8-year-old version of himself.
That's right. Weird.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Because he was like 8 years old and he was a little paunchy and bald.
Yeah, and this
So
was the early days of CG where they CG'd Bruce Willis's head onto an 8-year-old kid. It's kind of scary.
Oh, man, you guys are lucky. I watched this fucking, silent fucking film with a bunch of fucking slides on it.
From 1921.
What the hell was I thinking?
Yeah.
From 1921.
Yeah.
What the hell was that about?
That is what we watched.
Oh, that's it. That's the right one.
That is the correct one.
Oh, right.
Written, directed, starring, and music
Jesus
written by
Christ.
Charlie Chaplin. That one?
100 years old, this thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
TC and John, who are you? Say hi.
I am John,
Hi.
as you've
I
just
think
said.
Yep.
And that over
And
there is
TC,
TC,
like you
as you
just
also
said.
just said.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is good introduction this time. John, it's your turn to review this.
Oh, yeah, this one's going well.
We have 3 more Chaplin movies after this. Not to give it
What? Really? Wow.
3 more
Okay.
after this. But this is the oldest movie on the list. So,
The
yay,
oldest.
yay
and
for us.
Possibly, is it the shortest film on our list?
Well, so I had a question about that because IMDb says this movie is 1 hour and 8 minutes long, but the DVD copy I had was 50 minutes long.
58 or something like
58?
Oh.
Mine was 50.
that. Maybe it was 50.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Well, so this movie also is like, I don't know, there's some copyright stuff that happened and a bunch of cuts were released.
No. You were right. 50.
50. John, how long was
total.
yours?
Yeah.
I didn't look. I thought it felt it was over an hour. I think mine was over an hour.
Huh. You get the
Yeah.
deleted scenes there. Good for you.
Yeah. Yay. Was that all the heaven stuff? I don't know.
No,
what
I
was
saw the
deleted,
heaven
but-
stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, your turn, John, this week. What'd you think of this movie?
I thought it was funny, so it did its job.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, 6 reels of joy, whatever that means. I don't know how many minutes could go on a reel 100 years ago, but apparently.
It sounds like you're exaggerating, but that's
Quite a
not a
bit.
joke.
No, it says that if you look at the flyer on IMDb, if you look at the flyer for the movie, it says 6 reels of joy.
I do see that. Pretty good poster art, I got to say.
Yeah. So I don't know, again, exactly. I did no research whatsoever on this film and didn't even bother to look at the Wikipedia page. So I'm flying blind as far as the background goes, but whatever. You always fill it in anyway, Denny. So I'm counting on you.
It's always
Let's
only
see.
negative stuff, so keep the happy feelings as long as you can.
Okay, well, I'll keep going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, I laughed. I mean, there were some pretty comedic bits. I thought that some of the physical comedy was really good, and I laughed. So mostly that's about it. I mean, I don't think it was really necessarily like the most touching story ever.
Did you cry too, John? Did you laugh and cry?
No, I did not perhaps shed a tear, as the
that's
movie
too bad.
suggested I might.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you perhaps shed a tear?
No.
I did not. I'm with TC and you. Yeah, no. Did you laugh at the crying kid?
Oh, well, the kids were pretty adorable. Both the little baby was really cute in the little hammock with the tea kettle bottle.
Yeah.
I thought that was just pretty adorable and funny to watch. And then the little kid himself was also very good and very cute to watch. And I mean, some of the scenes were more uncomfortable, just more like the kid being carried away. It's like, just screaming and crying and being taken off to the orphanage. But it's a comedy, so you're pretty sure it's going to end well. So I wasn't necessarily like too worried about things not working out. So I mean, again, it's just some of the coordination of the stunts, like when he's running away with the kid, and there's sort of like there's this nice sequence where they're running away from the cop, and it's sort of this coordinated effort between the two of them in terms of how they run away and how they hide, and then how they rearrange themselves. I thought that sequence was pretty cool.
It's very Scooby-Doo where they just like turn and lay flat against the corner. The guy goes zipping by him even though he could see where they went.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was just sort of, it's sort of a weird premise. I can see, so the woman abandoning the baby, in a car, which I was like kind of wondering about it, but I was thinking for the time that might mean that they were really rich to have a car at all. Maybe, that meant they're super wealthy. So she's like, well, I'll put them in the car.
The house is pretty nice too, that the car was outside of.
Right. So she's thinking that kid's going to get very well taken care of. Odd that even some car thieves would just leave a baby on, in an alley like that. That I don't know. Even car thieves, you think they'd figure out something else to do to make sure that it doesn't die. But whatever.
No, dude, they were planning on shooting the baby. I thought at one point.
Oh, right, that's true. Yeah, they were holding the gun up there, like, should we shoot it?
Do I shoot the baby?
Like, we don't want to waste a bullet.
John, hold on. They draw the line at babies. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Cars, fine. Fuck over everybody else. No big deal. Babies, nah.
Babies,
no.
Shoot the babies.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a criminal, you're all the way.
Are you
don't
really?
just kind of like pick and. I think you don't pick and choose. Yeah.
Still cars. You might as well kill babies. I don't know.
Unless you're like some kind of Denzel Washington who's like doing it for
like
somebody else.
Criminal with a heart. Like he's got to do it to save
right.
his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think otherwise, I think 1920. They're stealing your car. They're fucking pieces of shit.
Okay.
Fuck the baby.
Don't know. But all the while, happy music was playing during that sequence, which was a little weird. Yeah. So that the music was like upbeat during that time, that sequence, which is a little odd. But yeah, I don't have a ton to say about this. I mean, there's some funny bits. Again, I just usually involving like the kid and the baby. I thought when the angel sequence was really odd, but I thought it was pretty damn funny.
Did you understand it?
Well, I don't know. No, was it supposed to mean something?
I don't know.
He just had a dream.
I didn't understand.
I don't know.
No, he had a dream, and it was just sort of fun. But what I really liked is that when angels fight, there's this big fluff of feathers. It was like poof, feathers everywhere. I thought that was pretty funny. But, so it was.
John, very easily entertained, apparently.
I was. It wasn't very long. I sat there.
That's true. It did go by fast.
Oh, I loved it.
Really
I wish like half the movies were under an hour. That'd be great.
Yeah. And I just chuckled.
Especially if they start before 1950.
Yeah. But it was fun. The physical comedy was definitely fun to watch. And the way they sequenced it out and the way the kid really did a great job. That was all pretty fun to watch. But I know it wasn't like cracking up or anything. But
I laughed out loud multiple times while watching this movie.
Yeah, I did too. I wasn't like, it's just like, nice.
Yeah, you're like, wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was good. From 100 years ago on film, holding up like that is kind of impressive. I thought, something that is 100 years old and it can make me laugh like that when comedy is pretty hard to pull off, I think in general. And then comedy that's timeless is hard. So
we can all agree that getting hit in the head with a brick is timeless comedy.
That never gets
It's
old.
never going to go away.
Brick hitting.
I wonder if like kids saw this and just tried that and killed somebody by accident.
Yeah, maybe that's true back then. They didn't know.
I'm going to go second.
They
TC.
didn't know?
Yep.
I mean, I got nothing to say, so.
You got nothing. Okay.
Well, I mean, I got very little.
I was laughing throughout this movie too. Some of it, not because I was supposed to. Scene to scene, I was always entertained because it was either funny and held up or really didn't hold up. And, I don't know. It was just like, wow, they were different people back then.
Yeah.
I mean,
the kissing on the lips was very strange.
Oh yeah, I made a note of that.
A little,
very strange.
I don't know. Maybe back then that was the thing, but it was.
I think
just
it
odd.
was.
Yeah.
Was it?
I feel like my grandparents did that for a while until we were all like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it really creeped me out because I mean, I don't know if you guys remember from the last episode with Charles Chaplin. The guy's a fucking creep and a pedophile, and
right.
So I watched that. And I was like, that's not cool. There's no way that I don't know. The girl who at the end kissed him and the other guy was 12 years old during the filming of this movie.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
And he later married her, impregnated her, cheating on his wife with her right before the filming of the Gold Rush.
Well,
And
she was, how old was she then?
She was
16
15 then.
15? Oh.
He married her in Mexico. He tried to do it in secret so he wouldn't get arrested because if you had sex with an underage girl back then, you'd go to prison. And his friends recounted in the divorce papers. It's going right into trivia.
I don't like the movie anymore.
This informs my opinion on it. But
I know.
This just ruined everything. And I didn't even like
TC loved it before this. I could tell. Nothing TC likes better than old
so
movies.
So much love. Especially ones that don't have any talkie in it.
No talkie. Did you notice there was sound effects in this movie, though, TC?
I did not notice.
When they were throwing rocks at the windows,
if you think I watched this thing fully, you're out of your mind.
That's a good point. You couldn't even like
I couldn't get through this.
50 minutes? Come on, that's not that long.
Oh, dude, not even, dude. All of a sudden I realized I was looking down at my phone. I was like, shit. And I had to rewind it like 10 minutes.
And then you watch the 10 minutes, you're like, nothing happened. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Daddy, that's exactly right. I was waiting for you to finish the thought.
Did you laugh at all during this?
I mean, yeah, there was some. I mean, it's Charlie Chaplin gags, right? They're like, ha 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 ha. Anywho,
Yeah.
but I hate these things. So what am I gonna do? This is not my bag.
I'm surprised there's this many people, like 102,000 people voted for this movie. I don't know. This movie's in a bunch of lists for like most influential movie. Charlie Chaplin's first movie. It's the first movie with the tramp in it. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys get at the end? Might be a stupid question, plot wise. Why did the cop bring him to go see his kid?
Well, I thought that because she told him that he was taking care of her, or she learned it from
So I say, so who is she and who is him?
the she being the mom.
The real mom.
Yeah, the real mom. The she being the mom that she learned that he was good to, or that she already knew that the tramp was good to the kid. And so that was, I mean, I think that's why she like said, no, he's good. We need to find him too. We need to find both of them. That's my guess. I thought.
Gotcha. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
It just seemed like it turned on a dime because they were beating him up and he beat up some cops. He assaulted police officers.
Right. That's usually not gonna go over well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently the cops back then were pretty relaxed. Like, you put an abandoned baby down, you get a stern look from the cops.
That's right.
Basically,
hey, what you doing? That was, again, a pretty funny sequence where he kept putting the baby.
Oh, dude, I laughed.
Hardest
I laughed is when he opened up the sewer grate and considered throwing the baby into the sewer.
He's like, no.
I laughed so hard. I was like, holy
on
shit,
second
that's dark.
On second thought, maybe not. Yeah.
That's true.
Nah. Good idea, though, Charlie. Good thinking. Brainstorming here.
The wife won't let me do those kind of things anymore.
And it also didn't make sense how he was planning on
really
killing
didn't like this movie.
Oh.
TC. Do you have anything to say about it, or do you want me to keep talking about it?
No, you could keep talking, please.
You got no words for it? I got two
much.
words. You got one word? What do you got? Nothing?
It's very succinct. It's a
Skip
typical Charlie Chaplin movie.
Oh, we're at 14 minutes, guys. This is going to be a stretch of an episode.
This is going to be a tough one, guys. I don't know about you, but
Well, maybe we just sort of, it's proportional to the actual movie time. So,
that's true. That's
it's short
true.
and there's no words in it. I mean, come on.
That's right.
It's not quite sweet, but it's short.
I'm always curious in these movies when they have the people doing a bunch of dialogue and then they don't give you the word blocks, the freaking title cards to tell you what the hell is going on.
And they just go on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of shots
What
where
are
they're
they
facing
talking
the
about?
camera like it's a
Well,
play.
you kind of guess.
Yeah, kind of, but it's just weird how they don't just like they're talking to us and you're like, all right, it's gonna be a title card with what she's saying, and then there's nothing, and you're like, what the fuck? And then I don't know. It just
And then when the title card comes on, it's 2 words. And you're like, what? They've been talking for 20 minutes over there.
5 years later, nighttime, morning time. Okay.
Imagine if that's all they're just saying to each other, morning time, morning time, morning time, morning time, morning time. No, that's what they did back then in the 20s when
That's
things were.
the script. That's what it says.
Yeah. Hey, shit, being an actor back then was easy, huh? Just show up. They're like, dude, just 2 words. You just got to say them over and over again.
But you have to put on black mascara. Ah, fuck. I don't want to do that.
And if you're going to work with Chaplin, you have to have sex with kids. Oh, never mind. Was that too soon?
Not too
late,
soon.
really.
Dude,
Too late.
This guy, Charlie Chaplin, started United Artists with this movie, and they're still around. They're like one of the, bigger movie studios in the world. It's weird just to think that, pedophilia has been in the movie industry since Charlie Chaplin helped make it world famous.
Tradition.
Beginning.
It's at the heart, at the beginning.
You go to LA as a child actor, who this person was, who the angel was in this movie. She met him at 8. She starred in one of his biggest movie. At the age of 12, he made the 12-year-old kiss him on the mouth.
Ugh.
And he cheated on his wife when she was 15 while he was hiring her for the gold rush and impregnated her and fired her from the gold rush because she was pregnant. Took her to Mexico, married her in secret to not get arrested and go to prison, and had 2 kids with her and divorced her within 2 years of them first getting married.
Jesus.
He allegedly told her, this is on the divorce papers, which got auctioned off eventually. Someone found like the original divorce papers for their divorce, which was like a huge scandal way back in the 1920s. And she said that the night before their wedding, he told her that he was going to make the marriage hell for her. And he was going to like make her want to get a divorce as soon as possible.
What in the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's really hard watching this fucking guy who pretends to be such a nice guy and a caring dad.
Right,
and there's like,
right.
there is a softer part of his character. I mean, a softer part of his personality where he did grow up like shit. He grew up poor. His mom was in the mental institution. His dad died of liver failure because he was an alcoholic when the dad was like late 30s. And he worked all of his childhood. They grew up in poverty. They went from workhouse to workhouse. His life was this, where they were scrambling for money, basically, where, you know, they were dancing the streets for nickels or whatever the hell the smallest piece of currency was. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then he's the biggest star in the world 20
Right.
years later. Charlie
Cool.
Chaplin said, I went from a poor person, this is in one of the biographies that he wrote, he went from a poor person with nothing to being the most famous person in the world and having sex with approximately 2,000 women in his career.
Jesus.
Most of the time while he was married with other people. Twice
Sure.
he married
Well, I mean,
to not
can only,
go to prison.
You know, wow.
I don't know. I brought this up last time. I'm going to bring it up for the other three because I feel like it's, did you like have that tainting your experience with this movie at all?
No, luckily I completely forgot, Denny, until you brought it up right now.
Sorry.
I did try to forget about that, and you painfully reminded me, and you're completely right. And
Yep.
I don't know,
I
though,
need
man.
to be
Like,
reminded.
Is that necessary?
it's
It
that whole
happens.
separate the art from the artist thing. Like, is it still the thing that's really bad is when it's like there isn't that separation there. Like he's got a 12-year-old kissing him in the movie, right?
Right.
So,
And he married this 12-year, like eventually,
right.
like cheated on, slept with, impregnated, did all this fucked up
Right.
shit with
So
this
it's
person.
like, all right, so you got a Polanski film like Chinatown where you're not seeing Polanski's issues on the screen there, right?
Right. You're only
and-
seeing his
and-
fetish for slicing nostrils in half, I guess.
Yes. Well, yeah. Be that as it may, as far as like that being, you know, it's portrayed as the bad guy doing it, right? So
Right.
it's not portrayed in a positive, encouraging light. Like, so I didn't know he had a fetish for that. Really?
Well, I mean, he had fun doing it when he was doing it at the very
Oh,
least.
I know he had a great time doing
Yeah.
it. You know, but he didn't have a great time. It wasn't about the slicing nostrils. It was about scaring Jack Nicholson.
Right.
So,
Maybe he has a fetish for scaring stars, something like
yeah.
that.
Right.
Who knows? We might all have that if we were given the opportunity to test it out.
Right, but then that's what sours it. And it's the same thing with Woody Allen. When again, we could appreciate you could appreciate his comedy, but when he's bringing in relationship issues around it, then it's hard to make that separation between the artist and the work, and then it's hard, then it's creepy, and it's like again, there's a lot of good things that are done by bad people, and that doesn't mean you should reject whatever work that they have that's good. But
And influential,
but when
because this stuff
Right.
is like,
Yeah.
no question, influential.
no, there's artistry to it, and it was like groundbreaking, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to turn back the clock, and you should still, to some extent, that can still be respected. But at the same time, when it overlaps like this, we should call it out, and it should make us uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was funny, and then he kissed a 12-year-old that he later married in Mexico. So he
That
wouldn't
was
go
a
to
good
prison.
joke, wasn't it? But then why did he kiss the 12-year-old?
So,
You know?
And if it was just him and he had like the other guy kissing her too, she was like the romantic interest in this movie
Yep.
in the heaven sequence, which made no sense whatsoever.
You kiss, we kiss. It was, I don't know. Everybody,
Hey, how about you
everybody
kiss her?
I
My
kiss.
pal wants to kiss his
Hey, you
12-year-old.
kiss her now.
Yeah,
Hey,
now
now
I'm gonna
kiss
kiss
him.
the
Roll the
boy.
Hey, now you
and-
kiss him. Yeah, kiss her now. I'm going to kiss him.
I'm going to kiss the boy in the
Anyway.
mouth and to kiss the little girl in the mouth. We're just kissing children here. I made, produced, wrote this movie. I'm going to write some music too. Most
Hey,
influential
look, guys,
artist.
there's a hot tub over there. It's a hot tub. Let's get in the hot tub. Fucking weirdos.
Yeah. Is it going to change? Is Hollywood ever going to change?
I mean, it's
changing.
It's changing.
Yeah, I don't know.
More now than ever
Hopefully.
before, it seems.
Yep. We'll see where the pendulum swings.
Yeah. I thought it was weird. All right, so note time. We're going to padding time. Can I call it that?
Padding time? Welcome to padding time.
There's the padding
And
time.
you
It's a
need
short
some
one,
like
20,
elevator
20
music
minutes.
to go along with that. Like, it is, because it is exactly like you're riding in an elevator.
It's more like an elevator where the elevator attendee is telling you things you don't want to hear. And in between those things, you have to wait in a paused elevator for 30
that's
seconds
true.
to a minute.
Hey. Say, did you know
I just want to go to the first floor, damn it.
I used to be a pedophile? Yeah, this is what they call rehabilitation.
You wouldn't think that like a movie podcast would have to talk about sexual misconduct so frequently.
But
It's like do other things, like if you have a book podcast, is it the same thing?
sure.
Or
I
is it
mean, I
movies?
imagine if you got authors that are weird. I mean, I'm sure that they're, I don't know for certain, but I'm sure you've got to have at least one or two famous books where the authors were less than, morally upright people. So, yeah.
But there's no scandal for it. You don't see like publishing houses have to clean house because people at the top are molesting everybody, and none of the famous authors that are still around have ever been accused of anything, as far as I know.
All right. So,
Don't you think? I mean, I
I'm
don't know
going
if that's
to
true or not, but
turn on my incognito mode. Probably should use
Smart.
DuckDuckGo here.
Put the VPN back on
Yeah,
and
get the-
download
Fire
Internet
Explorer.
Explorer to delete afterwards.
So famous pedophiles.
Jesus.
Jeez, dude.
Jesus.
You might as well just like hand yourself in right now.
I know. Top 10 popular pedophiles in history. There we go.
Popular.
Yeah. This is from Toppy app.
Let's-
site.
How are
Yeah.
they measuring popularity?
Infamous, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's go with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's not do popular anytime soon here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody. These are more. No. Okay, not seeing the stuff there.
That search didn't fulfill you, John.
No, I'm not giving-
Not
I
what
don't,
you
I
were
don't
looking
think,
to
I don't think
find?
these articles have been very well researched here, surprisingly.
Everybody gets arrested before they can write a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe that's, yeah. All right, I'm feeling yucky. Let's stop that
Yeah.
line of thought.
Okay, the last thing I'll say is Vice.com has a really good article. It's called "Charlie Chaplin was a sadistic tyrant who fucked teenage girls."
Oh, that's a great title.
It is, and it's a really good article. It's accurate. It's really opinionated, but it states a lot of fact too. And the opinions are, justified when you read the facts. So it's a good article.
Nice.
But what else? For the movie itself, I thought it was weird how they called like the mother out on having the child was a sin. Like back then, having a kid out of wedlock was worse than abandoning a
Then
child.
kissing a kid on the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I got nothing, dude.
Certainly rock and roll has this issue, right? Music does, and you don't necessarily see the outrage. Steven Tyler had a 14-year-old girlfriend.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
How is that legal? How do they get away with that?
Money.
Like David
Is the assumption he's
Bowie,
like, oh, he's-
apparently, again, David Bowie has
Oh,
allegedly.
don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, cocaine
Yeah.
will do that fucking
I mean,
bullshit.
and, now we're getting
He'll
some.
be like,
now we're-
hey, fuck it,
and-
right? Fuck it. We're making
and
music.
Getting
Fuck it.
a Daily Beast
Nobody can
article
stop me.
with, David Bowie and rock and roll's statutory rape problem.
Not Bowie. I refuse to
I
believe it. I'm
understand.
putting my head in the sand on that one. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, see? I mean, certainly there's you're seeing R. Kelly and the like, and there's other rap artists lately that have been gotten called out.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to hate on them if you don't like the art they're making,
Yep.
but if you do,
True.
it's also pretty. If you say David Bowie, I don't give a shit.
See?
Like,
so there you
That's,
go.
and that's what
There's-
it is.
Right?
Yeah,
Well, let's.
right?
I mean,
So-
maybe it's just the fact that like maybe music might be more revered than film.
maybe. Well, the thing is too with movies, they hang it over them like a lot, like Charlie Chaplin hung it over them to advance their career. But
Right.
since Bowie was kind of like a individual artist and had like a backing band that he didn't sleep
That's a
with.
pretty good rationalization right
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna say,
I'm
Kenny,
trying
you're
to-
really,
I'm
you're really
trying.
digging deep on that one.
Maybe
there,
'cause
bud.
I've justified it to myself. Don't try to change my mind.
Look, man, he was already established, man. He didn't need the statutory rape. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Yeah.
He wasn't forcing her to do it,
Right.
right?
she
it's fucked
was
up.
just a groupie.
Yeah, it
like,
is.
She
came
might have
to
liked
him.
it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
pal.
that's my.
Yeah.
So
Bowie is a god.
Yeah,
among
have
men,
another line.
whatever he
Hold
did.
on. Chop, 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 chop,
Yeah.
chop, chop. Yeah, it'll be all fine. I swear to God.
Where are we, Berlin? Where the fuck did we get here? We've been here for 3 years.
Yeah, tell your mother you'll be home tomorrow. Fucking weirdos.
I mean, Zeppelin has. I mean, you're not as big of a Zeppelin fan, but certainly there's all kinds of stories about Zeppelin.
Oh, and the Who, right?
Yeah.
Guy from the Who.
Anyway, I can sort of see your point too, to some extent, though, that there's that this is probably happening as well, but they're using like sort of their influence in the industry and taking advantage of people who want to be actresses in movies.
Yes.
So, and that may be different, but I'm sure that in the music industry, there are people taking advantage of women that want to be singers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll make you a star.
Yeah.
I'll make you just come to my hotel room. That's all you need to do.
Right. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I got the better equipment up there. You'll see.
Oh, geez.
You brought this on yourself.
You
brought it
did.
up, man.
We're off the movie.
Going
at
back
this
to the
point.
movie.
Yeah, okay.
How much would you have to be paid to eat the pancake bite that what's his name was making for himself?
Oh, what? I don't know. What's it made out of?
Did you see it?
Well, yeah, it's black and white. I didn't know. I thought it might actually been pancake.
Dude, he put like 3 tablespoons of butter on top of a piece of pancake and wrapped the pancake up, like wrapped the butter up in the pancake on a fork and was about to eat the entire freaking slab of
I
butter.
could do
I mean,
that. I'd
I'm
be
in
all right.
for
I'd be
it.
all right. I'd be all right.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
sure that in certain sauces I've consumed that much butter in a similar sort of concentration.
Dude, I did half a stick of butter doing the fucking steak basting last night. Just fucking
Ooh.
throw it in there,
See?
dude.
That sounds fucking good.
Oh, yeah, just
you
keep
baste the
pouring
steak with the fucking
just
butter?
keep pouring it on. Oh, yeah. Give me butter. Luckily for me, I'm not fucking huge already. Who knows what my arteries are like, but, that's okay. We'll figure that out.
Thin with clogged arteries. It's a
We'll
good
figure that out at
juxtaposition.
another time. For right now, I'm basting the steak in fucking butter, all right? Yeah.
Mr. Mulhern,
Yeah.
outside you're you look to be at peak health, but inside
Yeah.
your pipes are
Boy,
clogged
you
and your
are-
equipment is
You are
getting
two.
destroyed.
You are 2 steps away from a heart attack, my friend. Easy on the butter.
But you look great.
Yeah, hey, you look fantastic, but you're about to die. That seems about right. Yeah.
The children fighting TC, come on. You were laughing during that
Yeah,
part,
I
right?
mean,
When
I
your
was-
kids are just fighting each other.
Yeah, chuckling.
I like how the parents are just egging them on.
Yeah. I mean,
This is what poor people do: is they let kids punch each other in the face.
they got to get their energy out somehow.
That's true. Do you guys notice that the jacked brother? I guess was it the brother of one of the children?
Yeah, the older brother. He looks scary.
His shirt was so stuffed.
Yeah, no, that was funny. I thought it was funny. He made for a good, funny bully. Or-
Yeah, I thought it was good. And him getting hit in the head with a brick that many times is
Yeah,
pretty
that
funny.
was funny.
I thought,
You got a weird sense of
as
humor.
stupid as that sounds.
You got a weird sense of
It was
humor,
stupid.
Denny.
You didn't think it was
even like-
funny?
I mean, I don't know.
The caption was great too. It's like, oh, I guess he's not in.
Yeah. And he stops hitting him because he's like, I might kill this guy soon because he's slowing down a lot. Here's a question. There was a scene where the kid was sick after that fighting scene where the kid just randomly got sick. And the tramp brought him up to his house and made a piece of paper or something with a bunch of hot looking paper mache looking type of stuff on top of it. And it was the hot stuff right before the cops came to his house. Do you
Oh
remember this part?
yeah. What was that?
What was that? That's my question.
I have no idea.
About to find out.
Batter, more pancake batter, but no. Why you don't spread that? Or I don't even know.
It looked like it was steaming hot and it was on something that was paper-like. And I don't know. I assumed it was something for healing the kid or something, but I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
if you lived in the 20s, you would have known what that was.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes,
I
it
don't
was
know
a
what that
20s
gum was.
thing. I think we should just go with that.
Yes, let's do
Yeah.
that. How did the mother find the kid's house?
She didn't. She was just doing charity work.
What?
Yeah. So, well,
When did that happen?
I mean, so because she was handing out apples and whatnot. Remember, she happened to be there by chance.
Handing out apples. I must have sneezed during that
No,
part.
she
or
was
something.
like
I don't
handing
know.
out stuff, and she was holding another baby while she actually met her son, but didn't know that was her son at the time.
And then?
And then?
then let's see.
I don't remember this scene at all, by the way. This
Oh,
might have been in
really?
the deleted scenes.
Oh
Is this ringing a bell for
I
you?
mean,
The mother
not-
handing out apples with another baby?
No.
no, she was like going. There was a screen that said, "I don't know, charity is a chore for some, a joy for others."
Nope.
And this must be a deleted scene for you guys.
Huh.
She was in the slum and handing out like toys and things. And well, when the bully picked the fight, he took the kid's toy, right? You saw that. Did you see how that fight started between the two little kids?
No.
Like he was playing with a ball and the kid took his ball.
Nope.
Like, oh, well, anyway, I don't know. How did the fight start and what you saw? Because in the movie I saw, the mom had given her kid a toy because she was handing out gifts and stuff and thought he was cute. And then the bully came by and took the toy away from him. And that started the whole fight.
Huh.
I don't even remember this.
I'm trying to think. I think the tramp just came out of the house and the kid was fighting with somebody, and the tramp ran over and tried to stop the fight.
Oh,
And
Wow, you guys.
and then
you
the
guys
dad was
missed-
like, "Get off him! Like, why are you touching that kid?" And as he was trying to like explain to the guy why he was touching the kid because it was his kid, the kid started beating kids up, and then the tramp started cheering him on because he was actually good, and he was surprised.
Yeah, I know. Which was again, it was a funny scene. Nothing funnier than kids beating kids up. Yeah, it's
No,
great.
seriously. Yeah, super cranked, always good. The picking the pockets while the guy was asleep, that was pretty funny, I thought.
I mean, there were a number of funny scenes when he was like picking up on the policeman's wife and the whole hand scene where the policeman's hand was on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I thought I was cracking up at that one too.
Was that the wife of the cop?
Yeah,
And she was just flirting with,
Yeah.
what's his name?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
He's irresistible, that tramp.
Yeah, she was a little too old for him, though. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. It's too old for the
Yeah,
guy.
that's fair.
Yeah, the angel scene was freaking weird. Weirdest part of the movie.
That was weird.
I mean, it was just a dream. Is that all it was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a dream. He fell asleep on this, on his, because he was locked out of his house. He fell asleep there. He has a dream.
Okay, he wasn't just daydreaming.
Well, that's also a dream. What do you mean?
Daydreaming is like you're lost in thought, as opposed to like real dreaming where you're asleep and having a
Okay.
dream.
Well, he could have been fantasizing, and this is like he was just fantasizing about angels.
All right, Brain. Here we go. I'm an angel. All right, check one. This is a good story so far. Number
this is
2,
good.
we
All
got
right,
this.
all right, we're gonna have a
My
kiss.
kid comes
I'm
back.
gonna-
All right, sweet. And then what else?
Yeah.
All right, there's everyone in the town's going to be an angel. Whoa, this is getting weird. All right, cool. What happens next? I start picking at the feathers, and they come out in clumps.
All good.
All good. There were gaslights in this movie, John. And I say John
Yeah.
because you were the one who gave us gaslights trivia on the Elephant Man
Right. I saw that.
way back.
Yeah.
That shit did look pretty dangerous. It was just open fire in pipes
Yeah.
with gas in them pointing towards
Imagine-
wooden ceilings.
Yeah. It looks pretty scary.
I laughed pretty hard when they lowered the dog with the angel wings into the screen.
That was funny too.
And then they took him off again. It was, oh man. I just imagine the day on the shoot when the dog just fucking strapping the dog to wires. Charlie Chaplin be like, "No, dude, it's gonna work. I don't give a shit
Yeah.
how hungry the dog is." The 12-year-old girl said vamp. The title card was vamp him,
Right.
like vampire, like bite him in the neck and turn him into a
No,
vampire.
What is
vamp is
vamp?
an expression.
Vamp him. Look
What does that mean?
It's
An expression you don't quite know the definition of.
yeah, it's got to be old.
Oh, this is real old.
A seductive woman who uses her sexual attractiveness to exploit men.
Oof.
Wow.
Even worse.
Informal.
Using her
To
sexual
vamp someone.
charms. Informal, you
vamping
think?
is to
Yeah.
vamping is to blatantly set out to attract. So that's fits.
What do they
the
call him now?
situation
They
there.
call him something else now, right?
Yeah.
Gold digger. They just changed names. Still informal. That's for sure.
Yeah, still informal.
Yeah. I got trivia. What do you guys think? Any more thoughts? We're really doing a good job. I mean,
Nope.
we're at 30-something minutes here. This is a good job.
All right, awesome. This is just wonderful.
Yeah, just great. Trivia time. You guys ready for this? There's not much.
Okay.
But yeah, go move
Uh,
on. Let's go.
The kid, when he was crying in the back of that car and he was being like hauled away from the police officers, was made to do so from his real father because they couldn't get him to do it otherwise. And his father told him if he didn't cry, he'd send him to like army camp or like, send him away to like prison camp for kids.
Wow, that's pretty heavy.
It's awful.
Yeah.
How old was the kid in the film?
He was 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
For 5, he's amazing.
He's great as a 5-year-old.
I mean, but at the same time, that's just terrible.
This is back in the day where the kid was a vaudeville actor and Charlie Chaplin saw him playing at the Orpheum Theater and he was so good because like this is back in the times where everyone was, people who were poor as shit and they'd get their 2-year-olds to like dance for money.
Right.
So this kid had been dancing for money for 4 years at this point, basically. And Charlie Chaplin saw him and was like, "We need that kid."
I'm going to make some money out of him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kiss
But
his
also-
lips. What?
Yeah. Oh, he's got a, God, I can't even say that. Never mind.
I can't help it. It's just an easy
Jackie
one.
Coogan, what did he end up going on to be like?
He was Uncle Fester in the Addams Family TV show.
Oh my God, really? Wow.
Yeah, dude. Look at pictures of him as he's older. He was also a somewhat decorated Air Force pilot in World War II.
Wow. And he's been in a lot of stuff.
He has been, and he had hard times Like his life was pretty varied. I looked up a little bit about him. It's pretty interesting stuff, but he seemed to have led a somewhat fulfilling life, maybe.
That's good.
We had some ups and downs.
But also-
some, like diving into drugs.
His parents stole all of his money from this movie. This movie was a huge success.
Jesus.
And the parents took all the money, and that led to this thing called the Coogan Bill, which
Coogan Bill.
is still in effect, and it protects child actors' money from parents and guardians from spending it all.
So what is
wow.
it? That's interesting. That's pretty awesome. Because like, someone's got to look out for him. Shit, they're the ones making the
Right.
money, not the parents.
It wasn't important before this either because movies didn't make this much money before then, you know?
Wow.
This movie was the second highest grossing movie of 1921. The other one was The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which was also a huge success at the time. So new industry, new markets and whatnot. Kid got ripped off. Didn't have any money
Sucks.
when he was when he turned 18 years
Went
old.
in with
because
holes in his
parents spent it all.
shoes, left with holes in his shoes. It's fucking bogus.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
a wet lip. Ugh.
Not surprising, I guess.
That's fucked up.
It is. To add some sympathy to Chaplin, 10 days before this movie started filming, his infant died. His own child died.
Oh.
And some people think that
Jeez.
led to a lot of he would take this kid out during filming of the movie to go to like theme parks and pony rides and just like entertaining
Aw.
things to make the relationship in the movie seem a little more intimate, which it
Yeah.
definitely did. They seemed comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
But also people thought he was like trying to fill a void, which
Yeah.
probably also
was
the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that sucks.
James Coogan was in the original Tom Sawyer.
The movie?
He was, the old one. I don't know if you guys
I'm not
remember
sure
that
I've
one,
seen
but
that
was a
one.
really old one.
I've seen one of them. Charlie Chaplin ended up fighting with the movie company after this movie was made because typically you get paid about $200,000 for a 2-reel film, which is the normal amount of reels for a movie at this time. This was a 6-reel film, which was, a lot for that time.
Wow.
And the studio
Yep.
didn't want to pay him the $1.5 million that he was owed. So I guess it was $500,000, not $200,000.
Huh.
But he eventually got the $1.5 million, which is a lot.
Yeah, back then.
A lot of money
Jesus.
for one person. Yeah. But the movie was such a success that, they definitely made their money. It's weird because he was a star before this movie even came out. Like his stage performing was super popular before he even started doing movies.
Chaplin's was just like
Chaplin's was, yeah.
Yeah.
This movie was shot over a period of guess how many days/months/years.
I don't know.
6 months.
Holy shit, John. 5.5 months.
So close, John.
That's
right.
pretty fucking good there, dude.
Yep.
Seeing as it was probably a shot in the dark, because I don't know how you would judge this against anything else.
No,
with any
I assumed
knowledge that
it's
you
Yeah,
have.
that or
no,
he's
but I
reading the
assumed
same
it-
thing you are.
Yeah,
No,
fuck you, cheater.
Yeah.
Right? I got it open right
I'm
here,
just
Daddy.
assuming, I just assumed it took a while because this was
And he
it was a
rounded
long-
up. He like,
Yeah.
aimed a little off just to get
That's
away
right.
with it.
Yeah. If I
right.
said 5.5 months, it would have been way too obvious. Damn
Exactly.
it. But I mean, I just assumed that this is a long film for the time, so it must have taken a long time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good logic. Checks out.
There's some logic
Yep.
there.
Totally
Yep.
checks out.
So there.
Yep. Let's see. I think the only other, so there's no official birth certificate for Charlie Chaplin, but everybody agrees on the date, basically. And if that date is correct, he was born 4 days before Hitler was born. Same year, 4 days before.
Jeez, that's a bad week in the world, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because he has the same mustache as Hitler did.
Right.
And he
Something
plays
about that
Hitler
mustache.
in The Great Dictator, which we'll watch in a little while.
Yep.
He's got to have some fascination. Maybe Hitler was a pedo too. Inner circle.
Maybe.
Inner circle.
Well, that's not uncomfortable if he is. That's great.
He's done worse things, I guess.
There's nothing
his
to feel uncomfortable
pedophilia
about
wasn't
there.
as bad as murder. Okay, so
Yeah.
So
That's why no one talks about
Yeah,
it.
right.
'cause,
there's nothing to value
you know,
there.
it's neither here nor there in comparison to the murder.
The
Right.
day before, all right, so just some Lita Gray, who is the angel in this movie, some short trivia on her. The day before the marriage, it's written that he told a group of friends, Charlie Chaplin told a group of his friends the day before the marriage to Lita Gray, that marriage is a better option than prison. So hardcore proof, if you need that he was only doing it to not go to prison. And when they got divorced, they tried to do it secretly, but it was a huge scandal. And it was the biggest, it was like, all over the newspapers, probably helped catapult him further into being the most popular person in the world. But they had 2 kids at that time, and the settlement was for over $10 million. in a divorce
Wow.
lawsuit, which is by
Wow.
far the biggest settlement for a divorce lawsuit in the history of the world at the time.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Well, and imagine how much money that was way back then. I mean,
Yeah.
God.
He must have been worth
He was worth a
'cause
lot
they
of
were
money,
divorced
man.
because he was divorced in 1927, and he had made at least, I think he made The Kid and The Gold Rush by then, and I think there was a third movie that came out that year. So I think, yeah, he had to have had that. I don't know.
Huh.
Because they wouldn't make you pay more than you were worth, right? That's not how that works. Or is it?
It's definitely how it
Yeah.
works.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think nowadays they make you do it like monthly, right?
Oh, I'm
Back
not
then
sure.
it was like a settlement for the kids.
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I'm making it up all up.
It was weird because one kid was 1.5 million and one kid was like 8.7 million.
Holy shit.
Like, why is that other kid so special? What the fuck?
Oh, first one to kiss on the lips.
And with
And with that, we're done, folks.
you guys got anything else on this movie?
Nice.
No.
All right, good.
No, I got nothing.
Would you put it on the top 250?
No. If it's my top 250, no. If it's the top
Yeah.
250,
Well, if
maybe.
it's my top 250, no. If it's the
Yeah,
movie
but-
top 250,
then
yeah.
maybe.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
As far as like what it did.
Yeah.
How about this question? How do you compare this to the other silent movies we watched so far?
I was a little less annoying. I don't know.
Yeah, the production value
best
seemed
one.
good. As far as like the way things are shot and everything, it
Moved.
I don't
It
know,
moved
it's very
quickly.
well made.
Yeah, it moved quickly too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It moved quickly. It was short. Yeah, the production, I agree, it looks good.
It does.
Yeah, I was laughing throughout. I was either laughing or I was like, whoa, this is weird. This is what the people in the 20s wanted, I guess, which is strange. Just like looking back and seeing what entertainment was like 100 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, if this was on the... I agree. Never mind. Next week, guys, we got a movie that everyone's going to like, I think.
Okay.
What do we got?
1975, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Hey, all right. I can get into that.
Yes.
Have you seen this one?
Yeah.
TC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice. King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table embark on a surreal, low-budget search for the Holy Grail, encountering many very silly obstacles. That's fucking awesome.
That's a great summary.
Yeah. A low-budget search for the Holy Grail. Even the synopsis is funny.
Yeah,
I'm excited
yeah,
for this
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it for a while. I'm excited to watch it.
Oh,
again.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Sweet.
All right.
All right. Thanks for listening. Look at this. Look at it. If nothing else, we're good at pushing no content for a long time, huh?
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
true. We made it.
We did. Mission250filmcast.com is the website. Rate us on your favorite podcast app. We're on Facebook and Twitter. And thank you for listening, guys.
All
And
right.
Guys, I mean, what? Thank you for watching,
yeah,
guys.
I listen
And thank you-
sometimes.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
He
That didn't make
watches
total
sometimes too.
nonsense, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good Friday, guys.
Yep.
And I'll talk to you next week.
See you later,
All right,
boys.
see you guys.
Stop 'em.